Everyone is passionate about something, whether it's comics or Pokemon, movies, or your favorite sport. In this podcast, we talk about many things. Mostly, we delve into comics and comic-related subjects. Come with us and find out if you're in love with a nerd.
God, I'm in love with a nerd.
Hello, and welcome to You're in Love with a Nerd. I'm Travis, and this is Jen.
Hi.
Are you?
No,
No?
that's mean.
You got Lion Cat is right next to you, and she'll tell me if you're lying.
Yeah, if her batteries worked.
Yeah, that's true. No, I have a telepathic bond with Lion Cat.
Yeah, that's not how that works.
It is now.
No. No, because I don't like where that's going.
Okay. I'll just wait till later and ask you when you're asleep.
When I'm asleep.
You give away all your secrets.
I really do.
How's it going?
Okay, better than last week.
Doing? Yeah. What happened last week?
Last week was rough.
We didn't have a show last week.
No. And I learned that if you want to convince your doctor to let you go back to work, it helps if you don't pass out in front of them.
Yeah.
So,
They they don't like that.
no.
Or some do, I'm sure. Then they can charge you more.
Oh.
Like, oh, I had to lift them up. $1 million.
No, my doctor just stood over the top of me and went, another month then? And then I got up and went into the room.
Another month, no morbid time.
Yeah, another month, no morbid time.
Oh.
But I get to go for walks now.
Good.
Yeah.
You made it pretty far the other day, didn't you?
Yeah, I don't know. Our driveway is a quarter mile. So if I go up and back, that's a half mile, right? If I mathed correctly. And I was able to go all the way to the wedding place and back. Not that that means anything
you know where
to
that
anybody, but which is like, I don't know, longer than a half a mile. I don't know.
It's not quite as long as our driveway from the end of our driveway.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and then I had to come back because it was too much. But I'm getting there, and I think I'll be able to go back to work May 1st is the goal. So I'm excited. But last week was a bad week because I was sad and angry and frustrated that all my tests are coming back negative. There's nothing wrong with me.
Well,
except for this.
Would you?
And passing out in front of the doctor.
They were testing you for some pretty intense stuff. So negative is fine. Negative is fine.
Right. Now we get to like wheedle down at the little stuff and try and figure out what's actually going on.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So in that time, did you read anything cool?
I don't remember.
You don't.
It's so bad. Okay, so like, it's not my fault.
we were literally just talking about
I know,
it too.
and I already forgot. It's with the one with the word that I forgot. But
The
you
one with the
introduced
word.
it to me with the sword and the. Yeah,
So I introduced you to Reincarnated as a Sword.
yeah, it was really cute, and like when you first told me you were reading it, I was like, oh, you're not gonna like it. Like you're gonna get a little bit in, and it's some weird, creepy dude hitting on a young girl, and I don't like it when they do those.
It's a cat girl.
Right.
And that's probably what got you, is a young cat girl.
And I'm like, no, this is going to be weird and pervy because they always are. Even when they're like same age kids, they always have this touch of perv to them. But what I love about the sword one is that, yeah, it's got that touch of perv to it, but it's not between him and the cat girl.
Yeah.
At all. And that is amazing.
So basically, if you haven't read it, it's an isekai about a guy that dies and then he gets reincarnated as what is it?
A slime? Oh, no.
Slime? No, that's a different one. He gets reincarnated as a sword, and he has he gains the ability to use telekinesis, so he can like fly around and he can wield himself basically. So he starts getting a bunch of killing a bunch of monsters. You know your typical isekai stuff. He gets OP, but then he gets stuck in some magic mud.
And I love that it's just magic. He's like just stuck in muck.
Yeah, just stuck in some muck. And meanwhile, you have this little cat girl that's a slave, and their little caravan gets attacked by a monster, and she kind of breaks free and then finds the sword, and they become partners, and he becomes her dad.
It is so good.
Yeah.
And it's so it's so wholesome. It's just so sweet. You know, he's like protecting her, and it's pretty cool. I like that aspect of it. It's not something I come across very often.
Yeah, it's a nice variation of the isekai.
Yeah.
As opposed to just being a weirdo.
Well, like the one, my very first isekai was, is it wrong to pick up girls in the dungeon? I think either that or it has to do with dungeon, is in the title. But it's about a guy who gets hit by a bus, and he wakes up in a magical world, and he like refills his powers by like groping girls. Like it's just weird, and
yeah, that's not.
Yeah, it's not pick up girls in the dungeon. I think it's like reincarnated as a dungeon master, or I don't know. But it was not what I wanted.
Yeah, well, one of the early ones that you read was How Not to Summon a Demon Lord too, right?
Oh yeah, I enjoyed that one.
Is that an isekai, or is that just? I guess it would.
It is an isekai because he pretends to be a demon lord in the world that he got reincarnated into. Like he was like a shut-in, I think, in that one, and like lived in this world. And I don't know if he actually died or not, though. I don't remember, but he was a total like shut-in, live in his room, feed him through the crack in the door kind of thing.
I think I haven't read it, but one of the great concepts is God, what is it called? The dungeon toilet or something like that. This guy gets isekai'd and he's just searching for the perfect toilet seat.
Wow. All right, that's an interesting route to take.
Hey man, you
like
get a good
those
toilet seat, and it's.
I like those weird ones like that though, like the one where the zombie one where you get turned into a cat, or the like. I think. One of the things that we miss out on sometimes when we only read the big two, like when you're only reading DC and Marvel, you miss those weird gems. Those stories of Jesus and Buddha sharing a freaking flat. That's, like the curse words with the wizard coming in. Like, it is glorious, and it is the silliest thing on the planet.
Yeah.
Like
one would even kind of be an isekai, right? Isekai is just other world.
It's like a backwards isekai, though. He got sucked out of the fantasy world and ended up in ours, so it's like backwards isekai.
Oh, there are so many twists in that. Highly recommended.
Oh yeah, so good.
If you haven't read it, and I still haven't read the last issue.
Yeah. But if you don't finish it, it's not over.
Yeah. Don't finish things, and then it'll never end.
So what's your favorite ending? What's your one? Like, we talked once, and I don't remember if it was actually on an episode or if it was just us talking, but we talked about the Care Bear stare ending at Metal, and how it was this big build up and then this really silly ending. Let's talk about the opposite of that. What do you think was the best ending? And you don't have to give it away if it's recent, but do you have anything in your head that you think, oh my God, that was... for me, it would be the Once and Future, right? That's the story from Boom where it's King Arthur. Mm-hmm. And I got hooked instantly because of the grandma, and she was like, yeah, I was a vampire hunter. And he was like, well, what happened? She's like, I ran out of vampires. And like, she's just so badass. And then you have this build up, and like, I didn't want it to ever end, but the way they ended it was so perfect. I don't know. So do you have any like that?
I'm trying to think of ones that I read that have endings. Like, I guess there was The Goddamned, which there's a lot of like the little short runs.
Oh, okay.
Goddamned had a pretty cool ending.
What is Goddamned? Like, I know, is it kind of like Hillbilly, where it's like just a dude fighting monsters, or is it?
It's not just a dude. It is Cain.
Oh, okay.
Well, the first story arc follows Cain. He's just wandering the world trying to die.
So is he like bad? Like, is he not a nice guy? Because like usually when you see Cain, like even in Sandman, Cain's just a dick. But is he like a bad guy in this, or is
He's not necessarily a good guy because he's just mad because he's cursed with immortality.
Oh, is that the guy that killed his brother?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
like the first
the
murder.
first murder.
Okay.
And so he was cursed to
How do I remember
roam the
that?
earth
How do I-
forevermore.
I remember that, but not Noah's Ark.
Yeah, I don't know.
I did it.
Hey, look at you.
Progress. Okay, so he's roaming the earth and
Yeah.
just trying to die.
Yeah, like jumping into volcanoes and being eaten by things, and
Oh, that sounds horrible if you can't die.
he's just trying everything.
Oh my! But can you
The whole
being
comic opens
digested.
with him
Oh my
just
gosh!
waking up in just a big pit of bodies, and this and he finds this little kid, and
Oh.
well, the kid was at the top of the pit, like spitting at him or something.
Oh, okay. I need to read it. I haven't read it yet.
It is gross, but it's a really good story. They made a sequel that is basically the oh no, I can't think of the title for it. The Seraphim.
Oh, okay. That's
the-
the alien people, right?
Well, it's the angels that came down and mated with.
Oh, not
Women.
angels, not aliens.
Yeah. Well, technically, they would be alien to the Earth or whatever, but
Okay.
and that one, I haven't finished.
I love that.
I think
so
I've got
much.
like one issue left, and I need to finish that.
Yeah,
one.
I guess good endings, you'd have to actually finish
Yeah, I
stuff.
gotta actually finish stuff. I really like the ending to Murder Falcon.
Oh
That
gosh,
was
that
very
was so
moving.
good. It made me cry.
Yeah,
And that doesn't happen very often. I don't get attached to fictional characters, so it doesn't happen very often. But yeah, I was sobbing at the end of that one.
Plastic had a really good ending. Well, I guess really good in a story
Right.
about a serial killer that
Yeah.
He-
Nah.
tries to rescue his sex doll wife.
Oh, okay. And I apparently have not read that one either.
So so far there's 3 stories. It started off with Plastic, where this serial killer decided to retire when he fell in love with a plastic doll.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And then he got John Wicked.
Wait, was his plastic doll, was it like sentient kind of? Like, was it like AI,
No, it's just a sex doll.
but it didn't talk or anything?
No,
How do you kill something that doesn't have sentience?
they didn't kill it. They kidnapped it.
Oh my
They
God.
stole it from him, and then he went after her.
I want it to be like they stole it from him as like a college like frat house
I
initiation or
actually don't
something.
remember why they did it.
And they just happened to like kill this or kidnap the serial killer's doll. Like
Yeah,
it's just
it has those parallels with John Wick, where it was some just mundane thing that they weren't thinking was a big deal or whatever, and then this guy comes after him.
huh. My reading group mentioned the next John Wick is out, and I forgot that it even existed.
Yeah,
We still haven't watched 3. We need to get on that.
yeah. Well, we'll get there.
Maybe tonight we can watch a movie.
Yeah, and then the second one by the same team is called Vinyl, about another serial killer that uses vinyl records to remember the people that he visited.
Ugh.
And then it kind of has almost the same situation where he's like talking to this FBI agent who is trying to make the guy slip up so he can arrest him and put him away for the rest of his life. But
Okay.
the killer just thinks that they're best friends. And then this religious cult kidnaps the FBI agent. So then,
The serial killer is gonna go rescue the guy trying to put him away.
yeah.
Oh,
And-
that
and he-
sounds wonderful.
And he recruits a bunch of his other special friends to help
like
him.
all go in and rescue an FBI agent.
Mm-hmm.
That's actually kind of genius because how do you arrest the person that saved your life? Like that would be
Right.
fucked up. And so like that is the way to get away with it.
That one has some really cool and really sad twists in it,
Yeah.
and a very sad ending.
Hmm.
Yeah, but I won't tell you what it is.
No, I want to read that one.
And then the third one, which is going on right now, should be ending with the next issue, if not the next. I don't remember if they go to 5 or 6. I think they just go to 5, which will be the next issue. This one is called Plush.
Oh no.
That is about cannibalistic furries.
No. That's not right. Furries are nice. That's not okay.
Well, they're nice. They just happen to kill and eat people.
Gross.
Yeah.
Huh. Ew.
And that one, the weird situation in that one is this guy, he splits up with his girlfriend because she's cheating on him. And so his roommate convinces him to go out to this furry bar with him. And
Do those
so,
exist?
I wouldn't doubt it.
I want to go to one.
So they're out there, and he witnesses the group like killing somebody when he's getting sick in an alley, and then one of them thinks that they made a connection, like love at first sight.
Oh no.
And
oh
so, yeah.
no. Huh.
So now he's working on a relationship with a.
I like those though, that where like you stumble into death, like Winnebago Graveyard, like where they're like just on vacation and then they turn the corner and you're abducted by hillbillies. Like
Yeah, those are like
I
the
love
greatest
those.
like horror movies where it's
Yeah.
just, oh my god, how did this situation happen?
yeah, like. I mean, the people like going into the haunted house, like you made that choice to die. Like that's on you. You should have saw this coming. But like the person that just rounds the corner, you're at a 7-Eleven and then you're in a murder town. Like what the hell? I like
Yeah.
those a lot. But I don't know. I like even when I know it's coming, I still like the weird twisty stuff. Like I just read one. It's called The Last Flower Bride. I think The Tale of the Last Flower Bride, I think is what it's called.
Okay.
I thought I was going crazy for a second until you made that face because everything was moving.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I was like, what is going on? But like, it's kind of twisty and turny. Like, it's about a guy, and I'm not giving any spoilers because I know there's people that are reading it right now. But it's about a guy who gets married, and the deal is like he's head over heels in love with her. She's beautiful. It's wonderful. But the deal is he can never ask or look into her past. And he was like, all right, whatever. And so, like, they're living their own life and everything's great. But then her aunt or mom, not her parents, her aunt gets sick. And she's like a wealthy heiress. Like, she is loaded, right? This is like a Bruce Wayne kind of situation. And the person who raised her is now dying and she has to go say goodbye. So now he's going to her magic house and, like... Because, like, she talks about it like it's a magic house. It's just a house, but... And then they go back, and he cannot, like, ask about her past, but he's surrounded by her past. And so there's a lot of, like, twisty-turny stuff. And I saw it coming. Like, like, it wasn't very... Like, you saw things coming, but it was still so well done and so beautifully written that you didn't care that you saw it coming.
You didn't care that he ended up being the green M&M at the end?
Yeah. Wait, I thought the green M&M was the girl M&M. Right? I thought the green M&M was the one that Tucker Carlson was sad that he didn't want to sleep with anymore, right?
Yeah. It's the sexy one.
And the sexy one. Not anymore.
You saying this guy can't be sexy?
Not sexy green M&M, no.
Oh, okay.
I don't think Tucker Carlson would want to fuck him.
Nobody's as sexy as the green M&M?
No, nobody's got that power. But... I was so confused.
M&M.
I want M&Ms.
See, it works.
It does work. Why does talking about sexy M&Ms make you want M&Ms? That's not right.
I don't know, man.
I'm not okay with that.
Yeah. So, what else is new?
I don't know. I've kind of just been hiding. It's been a rough week. News-wise and us-wise and family-wise. And I just need to go hide under a bridge. I need those jazz hand powers so that I can go...
So you can lure kids in and eat them?
Well, you got to eat somehow. And if we're going to give up on society and go live with Hannah in the bog, I've got to have something. I'm doing a reading game, and it's a magical like a school, and so it's like very D&D. You pick your character, and then like you read books. So like I wanted mine to be like from the wild instead of a city, so my book had to be set in the wild. Like it's things like that. Like I got a familiar, and in order to get a familiar, it had to be a book with that animal on the cover, right? So like just fun little games to create your D&D character. And today is April Fool's Day, and so they released an April Fool's Day career that you could have, and it's fucking Bog Witch. And I'm like, I don't care that this is a joke. I am following through, and I am going to be Bog Witch trained, and I'm so excited.
Nice. Did you see Viz doing their little April Fools?
No, I was on a shore tornado today. The autism was strong in me today. Like, if you walked in the house, it was like just a path of half-started shores, and then me in a corner being like, what do I do? So bad. But what did Viz do?
So they... They announced new manga this morning.
And what are we getting? What are the fun titles? Because like
one of them was about a mop.
Yes.
That cleans up people's lives.
It's like the mop, like that. I always felt like the mop in the vampire one was its own character by Tim Seeley, right? And he fought the vampire that fought Nazis that threw garlic powder at them. Dark Red. I always felt like he needed like his mop needed a name because it was always there with him. See, it's his story.
That's just what he does. He mops the floor. But yeah, when I first saw the post, it looked like a narwhal.
Yes.
But then you look at
With
it,
like
and it's
shaggy
like,
hair.
yeah, just like a shaggy narwhal. But it was a mop. There was another one
Glorious.
that was just called Ah.
I want these.
There was just a bunch of guys on the cover screaming at each other.
Nice. That's
And
just it. I
the-
want panel after panel of just different ways these guys are yelling at each other at the grocery store, screaming at each other.
Yeah,
It's
the
way of the house
description
husband.
had all the guys, and they said that it was written all in caps.
Yes.
I forget what the other one was now, though. There was a third one, but I forget what it was.
I don't think anything can top the Tom's April Fool's Day joke, though.
Oh yeah, the Tom King's April Fool's covers.
Well, okay, yeah, that too. That is awesome, and I'm so excited to have my Tom King artwork
Oh.
in the house. But I was talking about, remember a few years ago, Amazon kept flipping their names all the
Oh,
time.
yeah.
And so, like, they were constantly, like, harassing each other on Twitter about, like, the work that, like, why did Tom Taylor kill off so-and-so? And so Tom Taylor's in trouble. But, like, it just silly stuff like that. But then on April Fool's Day, to, like, complete it, they each swapped their profile pictures. They changed their names to be each other's and then kept just posting the most ridiculous shit. Tom Taylor, and you didn't know who was doing it unless you clicked on the actual handle. And you could see it was, like, what is it, Tom Taylor Made, I think is his. And
Yeah.
But, like, everything said Tom King. Like, his picture, his name, everything. Was the funniest shit. And I don't know. I thought that was hilarious. And
Yeah, that was pretty good stuff.
there's been some good April Fool's pranks that have gone down on like Twitter and social media. I like the little jorfs that float around all the time that are like April Fool's Day, the only day anyone researches anything they see on the internet. Like,
Right? Well, some people do.
yeah.
The moms and pops still don't.
Oh my god. Yeah.
But they're not on Twitter. They're on the other one.
Yeah. There's barely anybody on Twitter.
Well, yeah, they're
It's been
they're talking about getting rid of the check marks for like authenticated pages.
yeah.
So now nobody's going to know who anybody is.
I know. Except for then
Yeah.
when you could buy your check mark. And then people were just fucking with companies. It was amazing.
Pardon me. Had a little yawn there.
Yeah.
I have been attempting to get caught up on my backlog of 2000 AD magazines.
I know, I remember us digging them all out for you.
Yeah.
So many.
Sadly, though, I am on 2061
Out of?
out of 23 something or other.
Oh, you got a
I am
ways to
in-
go.
I am in 2018.
Oh, well, that's not bad, though. I mean, I'm still in, like, 1945 on my Batman stuff, so.
Yeah. But there's been some really cool ones. There was I kind of skipped past the Slain one that's there because I want to get caught up on the ones that I
Yeah.
haven't read. And but I did read a really cool ABC Warriors.
Wait, so 2018, so that is after The Last Slain, right? So,
No, the next story from the one that I just skipped is Dragon Tamer.
oh, I thought Dragon Tamer came out a long time ago.
It did. It was a couple years ago,
Yeah, that's not a long time ago.
but I'm even further back than that.
Okay, no, I was thinking that like the Last Slain was like in like early 2000s,
Oh no.
and then like I thought it ended a while ago.
No, it just ended.
Oh,
not too long
okay.
ago.
Gotcha.
So I've got those to look forward to. I know how it ends, but
Yeah, but
we've
it's-
known how it ends for a long time
Yeah.
because they've always like talked about Poor Ukko talks about the death of Slain,
Yeah.
like way at the beginning.
Well, because it's done like a Celtic tale. And so, like, they do a really good job with sticking to those Celtic themes because all of the old Celtic stories start like that. The day
Yeah.
that so and so died, the day that so and so died. Half the time they were reborn, but not if you were a hero, only if you were, like, something else.
Yeah. But he's the Sun King, so he only has 7 years from when he
Right.
becomes the Sun King, which was a long time ago. But comic book time.
Right. That's important.
Yeah.
Is that where you saw the story about the one that you were telling me about before we started recording? About the hitman and the...
Oh.
We were talking
no,
about...
No. That's a new solicitation for June. For June.
Oh, okay.
I you bring it up, but I don't remember what it's. I think it's just called Canceled. It's about this future world where cancel culture has gone to the extreme, and if you're canceled, you just get taken out by a hitman. And
It's hilarious.
and so this story just follows like the number one hitman.
You know what that reminds me of? Do you remember a few years ago the girl in pink and she had the bodyguard that was like the hitman that turned into bodyguard and it was like social. It was like GoFundMe for hitmen.
Yeah.
Like you were allowed to put out hits and socially. What is that called?
I forget what that story was called. But yeah.
Basically, crowded.
Crowded. Yeah.
You basically kickstarted a fucking. And if like enough people hated you, it got up and higher and higher. And I just thought that was hilarious. I loved that one. Did you finish that one?
I did not. I got close. Leave me alone.
I just find it funny that you work in a comic shop and you can talk about so many books, but not if anybody, which is fine.
I only need to know how they start.
I know, right? You don't want to be the comic shop guy that's like, hey, remember
this
when...
one ended like this.
Yeah, no, but like I just find
Right.
it hilarious that you don't even finish them for you. Like,
Yeah.
you just, like, yeah, all right. I had a student that would do that. Like, he did not care about anything other than finding out who did it. So he loved mysteries and he loved like the thrillers and that kind of thing. And so he'd read those until he knew for sure who the bad guy was. So this kid has never finished a book. Because as soon as he knows for sure who the bad guy is, he's done. Whether that's in chapter 1 or with 3 pages from the end.
That's
As
funny.
soon as he knows he's right, he quits and doesn't have any interest in the book anymore. And that's just how that kid reads. And it was beautiful and wonderful and hilarious.
Kid after my own heart.
Right? Like, he's like, what do I care? He's like, it's just like where the kissing happens. And I'm like, all right, accurate. He had no, I mean, this was an 8th grader. So, like, he didn't care.
Yeah.
He's like, that's all the sappy suck up stuff. Like, they're going to go arrest him. He's not going to get away. They never get away. Like, this is the end of it.
Yeah, sometimes when I'm opening up on Wednesday, I'm just like knocking on wood that nobody's going to ask me what these books are about.
Because you haven't had a chance to look at them yet.
Because there's just a bunch of them that I just don't even care about, like a ton of superhero comics that mean nothing to me.
I know.
'Cause I don't care.
You don't read hardly any supers.
No, I read a lot of sci-fi and a lot of like horror stuff.
You never did finish Neon Future, and that one was beautiful, and you would have loved it.
Yeah.
I don't even think you made it halfway through that one.
I just finished the first book in one of the 2000 AD ones called Brass Sun. That was really cool. It's this world where the sun is basically this sentient computer named Merlin,
Nice.
and he create there's a key to like controlling the sun that was split into four pieces and sent to four places on the planet.
Okay.
And then he sends these robots down to find them and collect them. So
That sounds really cool.
yeah, it's a really cool one.
I read a lot of superheroes.
Yeah.
I like superheroes though. I really do. But I don't like happy superheroes.
Mm.
So
You like your Grant Morrisons and
I do. I like their work. I like when they do superheroes. Sometimes if they're writing like their sci-fi stuff, they're really smart. And so like listening to them talk, like I tried to watch, they did this like lecture at like a conspiracy theory thing, and they were talking about like the time they were abducted by aliens and like everything that was going on and what they experienced, and then that experience got put into one of their books. And I tried to read it, but I didn't understand what was going on. Like, and not in a just keep going, you'll get to the end. Like, I didn't know what the words meant. Like, they would use words, and I'd just be like, I don't understand. And it's not just because it was British slang. It was, like, big words. Like, and I was, like, Googling define such and such constantly. And I don't know.
yeah, that can be kind of daunting when you have to like
Look up every other word.
half of your book up.
Yeah. And I'm one of those people, I can't let it go. Like, in Tom King's Heroes in Crisis, they do confession panels. And the confession panels are like just what is their trauma, right?
Yeah.
And there's quite a few that are like in Spanish, which I can decipher enough to know what those mean. I always like when the foreign language is Spanish. But then the foreign language was Russian and French, and like I'm getting out Google Translate, and I'm like, what is this superhero saying? I must know. I'm nosy. I think I'm just nosy.
Well, it's written down. You're supposed to find it out, right?
Yeah, I hate when they write in like alien languages and it's like just circles and squares. And I'm like, there's no way to Google that. Like, is that Wingdings? If I like get a Wingdings translator, will I know what you're talking about? Like,
Oh man, I want a whole comic in Wingdings.
I'm pretty sure that exists because I read one that I reviewed. I can't remember what it was called. It was a long time ago, but the whole comic was written in that kind of style. And you had to look at the pictures to tell the story. And because like it was about a little girl maybe. And I want to say like a little girl in like a tree looking thing. And like maybe he was a robot. I don't know, but it was really good. I liked it. I just don't remember what it's called.
Robert and I threatened to make one of the signs for the store in Wingdings.
Yes. Be glorious.
That guy is in Hawaii right now doing a con.
How fun.
Yeah.
That's really cool. I'd say I'm jealous, but
He hasn't been mean, and he hasn't sent me any pictures of all the food that he's eating.
okay, that part would be. Yeah. I don't know. I'm sure it's a beautiful place. But like cons and it's crowded.
I don't know. I could go there just to eat local.
Yeah, that's true. True. And you wouldn't have to stay in a hotel. We could go raid his place.
Yeah, I'm sure he'd be fine.
He's
with
going to
that.
listen to this and be like, don't let her anywhere near me.
He might give you a discount.
A discount. I discounted twice as much because he knows us.
Yeah.
I used to always joke about that. If you're friends with artists, the friend discount is paying twice what a regular person would pay for it.
That's funny. No way, man. I gave him a ride home on Friday. No.
That's worth a week at his place.
Tuesday. I gave him a ride home on
That's
Tuesday.
worth a week at his place. Yeah, let him know. We'll
Yeah.
be coming up in June. Do they have a hurricane season in Hawaii? Or is it just like Japan where you get monsoons and stuff?
I think they just get stormy.
Like rainy
I don't think they
seasons,
have-
but not necessarily hurricanes.
Yeah, I don't know.
I
I've
don't
never
know a
really
lot
looked
about
into it.
Hawaii.
I like to leave those guys alone.
Yeah.
Closest I get is well, I was gonna say when I watched Lost, but that was filmed in Hawaii, but it didn't take place in Hawaii.
No.
But watching Hawaii Five-0 and Magnum PI is about as close as I get.
I can't watch the new Hawaii Five-0. Like, I get
We tried.
Like, I get that they're all like, oh, Patriot Act, it's anti-terrorism, so you don't have human rights anymore, but you should. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I get, but terrorists are still people, and you should not violate all of an American citizen's, American rights. Like, the Constitution says you're entitled to these things. Stop fucking arresting people and cheating. Quit cheating.
That's the American way.
But I don't know, it drives me nuts in cop movies. And I like watching cop movies from other places too, because you learn about things like you're not necessarily entitled to an attorney, or in the UK cop ones where you're not allowed to show them images of the crime because they're mentally disturbing. And so you see in Criminal Minds, they're always laying out oh no, this is your sister and she's dead. Look at what we think you did to her. And then the poor brother's oh my God, that's what they did to her. But that's illegal in the UK. You can't do that because it's mentally taxing. It's traumatizing. And it should be like that here. And I don't know. I've never been arrested for murder, so I don't know if they show you pictures of dead bodies, but they do.
Never been arrested.
Yeah, that's what I said. I said what I said. No, but you know what I mean? I don't know how much of that is. I know Hawaii Five-0 is so obviously you can't pick a guy up and throw him against a wall and then when he confesses be oh, death penalty. That's not how that works. And I get that part, but you can't be oh, I got your insulin, confess, and I'll give it to you. No, that's the kind of shit they did in that show.
Yeah.
But I don't know, if Criminal Minds, showing pictures of dead bodies. I don't know if that's allowed or not. I don't know that I ever want to find out, though.
Let's do an experiment. Actually, we could probably just Google it and see if that's all bullshit or not, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to pretend that it's totally cool to just bring a big tray of intestines or something. Look what you did. Blindfold him and make him stick his hand in spaghetti and shit.
Oh my God, an 8th grade Halloween party?
Yeah.
Peeled grapes and shit.
Yeah, man.
Do you know how long it takes to peel a fucking grape? And then I became an adult and I was like, hey, if you put them in the freezer, it goes better. And I'm just why didn't we freeze these bastards?
Because we were dumb kids.
What else are we going to do? No, I want peeled grapes.
You were eating grapes earlier.
No,
you didn't
they
like
were
them.
sour.
Yeah.
I didn't like my sour grapes. They were gross.
Yeah.
And the cantaloupe wasn't thawed. Nope. Thawed but fruit. What does it mean when your fruit is thawed? If you want to eat chicken, you have to thaw it first.
Yeah.
Okay, if you want to eat fruit, you need it to thaw first. But
You need it to ripen.
ripen. Thank you.
We got there, folks.
This
We
is
got
what
there.
it's like being in my head on a bad brain day. Today was a good day. And so I got up this morning and I helped you with the dishes and then I was okay, I'm going to go watch that Love is Blind, which I'm a horrible person for enjoying that show. But
Again, diseased brain, probably.
no, because I was watching it before. But we could pretend it was diseased
Yeah,
brain.
It's because of the
Yeah, the brain worms. And then, so then I started that, and then I was I have purple hair dye. Nobody can be sad with purple hair dye. So I went to go dye my hair, but I can't dye my hair and have my glasses on, so I couldn't see my show. So then I started an audiobook, and then I was oh, why am I starting a new audiobook? I only have 20 minutes on my last audiobook. So I started a second audiobook, but then my I realized that we had laundry there. So I was listening to the audiobook, dyeing my hair, and started folding laundry. But then I had to go wash my hair. So the laundry is probably still on the bed. and then
I don't know.
and then the dryer for the dishes they were all still too hot to touch. And so, like, that was open. I can't imagine what you were thinking when you walked in, and it's just this carnage of. It was the autism tornado that is what went through our house.
Because I think would I just come in to go to the bathroom or something? I was out here playing video games most of the day.
Yeah, but like you walk in, I documented it on my reading group Discord. I was like, this is what my husband saw. I was like, the tism is strong today. But like, it had the dishwashers open, all of the dishes are everywhere, and then like I have stacks of like what's going where. Like this is too big to go in the dishwasher, so I'm gonna deal with this later. Stick it over here. It's probably still sitting over there.
I just noticed that it was somewhat cleaner than it was earlier.
I was trying, but like, and then you walk by and there's laundry on the bed, and then like the hair dryer and my gloves, and the shower's still fucking purple, and I'm in the kitchen going, I bet lime and cilantro would be really good on shrimp. It was a day, man.
As one does.
It was a day. Yeah, I was marinating shrimp, or attempting to marinate shrimp.
You did a good job. They were delicious shrimp.
I'm glad you liked them.
Yeah.
I am apparently inspired when I am.
When you're just scatterbrained.
Yeah, when I am chaos. I was pure chaos today.
I don't know. I was out here, so.
It was just me changing chores. Like, I changed hobbies. It was an adventure.
Very cool.
My hair looks cute, though. You know what? Fuck you.
Hey, I didn't say that Lion Cat said anything. I just looked over to see. They were like, yeah.
You suck. You are supposed to love me and say nice things to me.
What do you mean? So we watched Avatar last night.
And the kid's already watching it again.
Yeah.
This will be their third time watching it.
Mm-hmm.
They're big Avatar fans. They're kind of an Avatar nerd.
Yeah. I was kind of hoping that we could convince them to come out and have a discussion about Dragon Age.
I think they're in there playing Dragon Age. They were downloading something when I was getting my sodas to come out.
Yeah. They said they were going to. They just weren't interested in doing it right now. I think both of them are distracted with other things.
Oh, the new Genshin dropped. That's, I bet, what they're doing.
Oh, yeah, the store reset.
Yeah.
So maybe that's what they're doing.
I don't know. They were downloading something, and the update was going to be done in a couple minutes, and so they were, like, cleaning up dinner and getting ready to, I don't know if they're streaming or what the deal is, but they may just be playing together.
Yeah, who knows?
Yeah.
But sometime in the future, we'll have a Dragon Age show.
I think they'd be funny. They have some great fan theories, and like they know all the little secrets, and it cracks me up listening to them talk about Dragon Age.
We'll get some controversy going, because that is a very the fandom is super toxic.
Name a fandom that isn't super toxic, besides Saga. But like,
take the obvious one away. I don't know. I don't really pay attention to fandoms too much. I try not to anyway.
Legends and Lattes. That fandom is absolutely like just a bunch of people that are gonna knit you a sweater.
I don't know what that is.
Legends and Lattes is a new book that came out last year or the year before, and it's about an orc. I don't know, big, the D&D race. They're like really big and angry, and they're warriors and they fight a lot.
Chipmunks.
Okay, so this chipmunk wants to just be done. She's decided she's done with it. And so her last thing gets her enough money. She goes and finds this little town and opens up a coffee shop because she had coffee once. And she was like, everybody needs to fucking have coffee. And so she opens up this little coffee shop with like a succubus. And there's like a little like, I think he's a dwarf, maybe? Are they the ones that do like the metalwork and stuff?
Yeah, they're the crafty guys.
And he like helps build stuff for her, and it's just so wholesome. Like it's not scary. It's not like it's not smutty. It's just wholesome lesbian cozy fantasy. And it is wonderful. And the people that like that are the sweetest people you'll ever meet.
Well, right on. Anything else new and exciting?
I don't know. I don't think so.
I had something a second ago, and then we started talking about the other thing,
Oh, sorry.
and then I lost it.
I have sugar candy coming.
Very cool.
And purple hair.
Kind of hooked on that confetti candy from Japan, right?
I am so addicted to candy. Oh my gosh. It's the perfect little size. And it's hard candy, so I can still eat it. But like, and the pineapple one, oh my God. It's my favorite thing ever.
Pineapple candy is really good.
Yeah.
I was curious whether there was like some kind of bro convention in town. Because yesterday at the shop, there were so many dudes with their hats on backwards.
End of March. Is that when the people with the cars come? Like,
There's a car show out there this weekend.
oh, that's where your bros are coming from.
Were they just scouting ahead or what?
Well, if it was this weekend, you were seeing them yesterday. They were probably coming up to get their hotel.
Oh, that's possible.
Because, like, the car shows that we have around here are pretty big. I mean, they're not like LA or whatever kind of big, but
Yeah.
as far as like Oregon, Washington, and Idaho, here and Spokane are kind of where the big ones are. Like, people come in from all over for the one that's in July, the Desert Night one.
Yeah, the cool desert nights.
And then there's one that happens every year out in Benton City that I think is about this time frame. It was also spring break.
yeah.
Spring break starts tomorrow. And the last day of college spring break, first day of, so all the WSU guys were getting ready to go home if they're not local. Because we have, 2 colleges out in Richland now?
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, a few of them looked like they might have been in college. They were like all over in age, and they didn't look like they were together. It was weird.
Huh. Yeah, I don't know. I'm guessing if it was the car show or spring break somehow. Because, like, they would have all because, like, the college people would have been coming back, and the high school people would have been getting ready to leave.
Yeah. I did have a lot of high school kids in there.
They were all over the place Friday. Like, I went to go get your birthday present, and then I went to
Oh, what'd you get me?
that shirt that I gave you.
Oh.
And I suck at birthday presents. Like, you already have all of your birthday presents, and it's not for 2 weeks, which just means I'll buy you something else that I'll give you ahead of time. But, yeah, I suck at birthdays. But
I've got something at the shop you can get me.
okay, you just gonna bring it home on payday?
Sure.
All right, happy birthday. We're so bad.
It's really cool, and
And you're really gonna like it?
yeah, I'm really gonna
Did I
like
do
it.
good?
You did good.
All right, I did good. It's better than if I'd picked it out myself. I always fail. Remember the year? Remember the year that I thought I'd be all sneaky and I'm like, I'll just go in his Amazon wish list and order you a bunch of shit that you had in there for me.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a fun year.
I'm so sorry. I still feel bad about that. Like, I just bought you a bunch of shit that I wanted. It's like, hey, he'll really like
That's
it.
what Christmas is all about.
He wants this. I want it too. Fuck.
Well, I just don't care about presents.
Yeah.
I guess I don't know.
It'd be different if we didn't do it all the time. Like, And everybody gives me a hard time because we don't do Valentine's Day. Well, don't you want him to do Valentine's Day? And what are we going to do? He's going to take me out to dinner? That sounds like an absolute nightmare, right? Like, going to give
Yeah.
me flowers? They're just going to die and make me sneeze anyway.
Reminded me of my death.
Like, not that dramatic, but I just don't like flowers. They seem like a waste of money. Like, I don't know. Flowers just seem like a waste of money. Roses are expensive.
I'll get you some flower seeds, and then you can plant them in the.
So that flowers will grow when I die? Are you threatening me?
Yeah.
Like
Fine.
Ukrainian grandmother?
Fine, fuck you. Get your own shit.
But like, I don't know. I just am not into that kind of thing. And you're constantly like, anytime that Robert, ooh, ow, that hurt. Anytime Robert restocks my candy, you bring it home for me. You bring me pretties every Tuesday, Wednesday. They're always on Wednesdays. That's when new comic book
You're
day.
a reviewer, and I sell comics.
I know.
It's fine.
I know. But
And DC changed the release date anyway. So
oh yeah, they were the ones that were kind of a big picky about it anyway.
yeah,
They auto-approved me, so now I get their stuff even earlier.
nice.
I haven't been putting anything up though. I was like, come on.
Now you can read your 100 different Batman titles
I know, so many.
even earlier.
And then they canceled my Constantine. It was so good. They need to give it back to them.
No, but nobody likes that guy anyway.
I know, it's not fair. It's not fair. It was so excited. Oh, but, they officially announced Constantine 2. So Keanu Reeves is coming. If they make Constantine dark-haired, though, in the comics to match Keanu Reeves, that will annoy me. It's like, well, like, you know how, like, Aquaman, like, started out, like, blonde, short hair, clean cut kind of guy. And then when Jason Momoa became Aquaman, whatever. When Jason Momoa became Aquaman, like, the comic slowly morphed into looking like Jason Momoa. I don't want them to do that with Keanu. Like, he's got his own comic. He's
Yeah.
already Berserker. And that's getting a TV show, too.
Wesley Snipes has a comic out right now.
I saw that. I put in for it, trying to get it to review it for when the trade comes out, but it's a long ways away, so I don't know that.
Yeah, it's only on issue 2 came out this week.
Yeah, we're talking months and months until the trade will be ready. But I did put in for it. I was like, I want it. But
Jay was standing there talking to me, and he looked over and he's like, "What is this?" And I was like, "Oh, that's a comic put out by Wesley Snipes."
is it like
"No,
a superhero one or?
Yeah, it's like it kind of looks like the early like Image stuff, just super powered guy.
Yeah.
And weirdly looks like Wesley Snipes.
You started me on one, and it was one of the really big ones, like the DC Black Label. And it on the cover, I was like, I need this book because it had a guy in glasses and a dinosaur on the cover. And the premise was that you had these two people, and they were linked, right? And then one guy was like fucking up time, and you only stayed in your current time period, I think, until one of them died.
Yeah.
Well, I only got the first issue. We never brought any more home.
Well, there's only been one issue.
They need to get on it. I have questions.
You know how they are with those.
I know. It makes me sad. I know. Green Hell. It's finally done, though. I haven't finished it, though.
Yeah. Cullen Bunn had one of those magazine
Oh,
size
yeah?
one shots that
Cool.
was kind of like a Tales from the Crypt type show.
He's really good at that
It
kind of
was-
stuff, though.
It was like if Edgar Allan Poe had written Telltale Heart for Tales from the Crypt.
Yes. Yes. I like Colin Bunn's horror, though. Like, he writes really good horror. And I like his super stuff, too, but he tends to write for Marvel when he's doing superheroes, and I don't necessarily know, like, X-Men or...
They're coming
think
out
that's what he
with
writes.
I think Viz is putting out a couple of like Marvel manga. There,
Oh, like what they've been doing with Batman and stuff?
yeah, there's a Wolverine one, and there was another one, but I don't remember what the other one was because I didn't care.
Hmm.
But the art that I saw for the Wolverine one looked pretty cool. It's just
That's
called
really
Snicked.
Neat. Neat. I like when they do those though. The Bat manga one is hilarious. The art is adorable. And then I think it's Tokyo Pop. Is that the one that does the Disney stuff?
Yeah.
They did one where they took like Disney characters and teamed them up with like magical girls from anime. And so like you have like a Stitch magical girl. The one I read was the Aristocrats. So it was what is the little girl's name? Marie? Marie? Yeah, Marie. Marie and a magical girl, like kind of like the whole vein of like Kiki's Delivery Service.
Hmm.
And it was Maddie and I forget the other girl's name, but she was like this pink, like Sailor Moon looking anime girl. And it
Huh.
was just adorable. And there's like a Stitch one that I saw, I think. And yeah.
On top of the Stitch and the Samurai book that was coming out.
I forgot about that one.
It's like perpetually out of print, but it's always like showing up in my solicitations.
Yeah.
It's really aggravating because I can never have all three at the same time.
That's the worst.
Yeah. There was a H.P. Lovecraft Mountains of Madness that was put out in manga form
Oh, wow.
that I could never get all of the volumes in at the same time.
That sucks.
It was super. The art was amazing, but the book was so small. It was
Oh,
tiny.
yeah. Like the little, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, some of those are itty bitty.
Anything else?
Not that I can think of.
Well, you know what time it is.
Oh my, I forgot the word for. I already forgot the word for forgot the word.
The word for words.
Yeah, that too. All right, here we go.
I didn't prepare for it, so I don't have any ready. So
Uh
we're just gonna. We'll do it live.
oh. No.
Oh, there was an incident in the parking lot. We're getting live Slack updates. Oh, somebody was harassing Joy. Let's go kick their ass.
Yeah, no, that is not okay.
Why can't I view that community? Might have some stuff to edit out here.
That's okay. I know how to do it now.
Yeah, you edited the last show. So voice all your complaints to.
Me. It's me.
Oh my.
Hey, did you ever bring me home my massage therapy cat book?
Which one do you need?
The first one. I thought. That is my new favorite genre. Cats. Yeah. I have two new favorite genres.
Oh boy. Yeah, I definitely should have had these.
That bad, huh?
No, not going to say that one. Why can't I view the community? You're showing it on my timeline. That's so weird. I had one just show up on my feed, but I wasn't going to say it because it was dumb and the wrong kind of dumb.
I like the one that I sent you that was the little kid joke. And it had to do with what the animal says. Or, I don't remember. It was a little kid and he was on a farm. And I sent it to you and you were like, well played.
Oh, maybe. Here we go.
hanging here, turning my head.
All right, here's a topical one.
All right.
What's Mr. T's girlfriend's name? It's April, fool.
I
I love Mr. T.
like Mr. T jokes. I want to watch 18. I can't imagine that aged well. I don't know. Short Circuit aged surprisingly well.
My So here's something that happened the other day. Jen kicked me out because of my terrible Arnold Schwarzenegger impressions. But don't worry, I'll return.
No. 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 Oh my God, that one was wonderful.
It's all in the delivery. That's not even how the joke was written.
Oh yeah. You're really good at that. I'm not very good at that.
So a dung beetle walks into a bar and says, "Pardon me, is this stool taken?"
Ew.
There's the winner.
Of course, the poop joke won.
Oh yeah.
It says stool taken. I'm sorry. I just apologized to a fucking stuffed animal.
That's hilarious. Join us next time when we hear Jen say... Exactly. Good night, everybody.
I just wanted to say that I'm a nerd.
I'm a nerd too.
I'm in love with a nerd.